Welcome back, listeners. This is the Witching Hour. I'm the Ghoulish Gentleman, and I'm here with.
Morticia.
And in today's episode, what are we doing?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm just
Mm,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
it's a mukbang
Uh,
video.
ew, ew. You
Okay.
can't. The noises.
Just.
Ew. The snacking.
No, what are we doing though? What's our?
We're doing the perfect murder.
Hey, it's been a while since one
Wah,
of these.
wah, 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 wah. Yes, it's been a minute.
Last one that we did was what? Girl in the Box?
Yes. And I was like in March.
Was it the Girl in the Box?
Mhm. Yeah. Because
Okay.
I did the Junko one, the first one.
Right. Right.
And now I'm doing this.
And she did this one all by herself
For a whole month.
for a whole month. She had it written, deleted it on accident,
I
and then typed it back up again.
had to. Yep. I was so pissed. It was like my hard work. I was bleeding, sweating, crying.
Mm-hmm.
The
And just
whole
one
thing.
day.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I did. Proud of myself.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
yeah, I guess we'll start now.
Mm-hmm. Take it away.
So in today's episode, I'm gonna talk about Lauren Giddings' case, who was a law student. Lauren was the first child born to Karen and Bill Giddings. She had two younger sisters, Caitlin and Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
In August 2008, 24-year-old Lauren enrolled to Mercer University in Macon, Georgia to earn her law degree. Lauren was popular and never had any trouble making friends. She was always good at staying in touch. Lauren had a boyfriend, David Van Diver, who was a lawyer in Atlanta. In 2007, the pair met when Lauren was interning at the law firm where David worked. Lauren was 23 at the time and David was 20 years older than her. In September 2007, they began dating. The age difference did not bother Lauren. She really liked David. They just clicked right away. They had a lot in common and similar sense of humor. Lauren planned to move in with David in Atlanta. Initially, Lauren planned to go to medical school, but after a change of heart, she set her sights on studying law. In May 2011, Lauren graduated from Mercer Law School. All she had to do was pass her Georgia bar exam, and she would officially be certified to practice law. She specifically wanted to become a public defender, which would mean if someone comes in and can afford a lawyer or has committed or been accused of a crime, she would like defend them.
Okay.
Um, like a lot of other students, Lauren stayed in Macon after graduating instead of moving home, which her hometown was Baltimore. She stayed in her apartment, which was directly across from her university, so that she could spend the next few days studying. She told her family, her parents and sisters, that she would be studying nonstop for the next while. So when they didn't hear from her for a few days, they were alarmed. On June 29th, Lauren's sister gets a call from Lauren's friends. She tells her that she's been trying to get a hold of Lauren, but she hasn't been answering. Her calls are going straight to voicemail, and Lauren isn't even answering texts. Lauren's sister is worried, so she calls her mom to see if she has heard from Lauren, but their mom hasn't either. The last time friends had seen Lauren was Saturday morning the previous evening, Friday the 24th. She and several friends had gone out for some drinks and listened to music downtown. After the night out, Lauren crashed at a friend's house and left in the morning. After leaving her friend's house, Lauren went to Macon Country Club to swim and relax by the pool. At around 6:30 p.m., she bought some food from a fast food restaurant and headed back to her apartment. By Wednesday, June 29, one of Lauren's friends, Katie, was concerned that she hasn't heard anything from Lauren for 4 days. She knew she was busy, but Katie was sure that she would have replied to at least one of her messages by
Wait,
that
for
time.
4 days?
Yes.
Isn't it like you're considered missing after 48 hours?
Yes, but like she said that, she was studying.
Mm-hmm.
but she hasn't like texted or called anybody back. So that's why she was kind of like, what the heck is going on, you know?
Right.
This
Gotcha.
wasn't like Lauren at all. Then Lauren's sister reached out to her best friend from college, Ashley, to see if she has heard from her, but no one has. Ashley tells Lauren's sister that she will go over and check on Lauren at her apartment to make sure everything's okay. Lauren lived in the second story apartment right across the street from the law school, so she will walk to school every day. When her best friend Ashley and Ashley's boyfriend show up to Lauren's house, she knocks on the door but no one answers. Lauren's sister tells Ashley to use the spare key and let herself into the apartment, now worried that Lauren could be heard inside. When she checks inside, Ashley discovers Lauren's purse, wallet, keys, cell phone, and laptop, but no Lauren. Lauren's cell phone was out of battery, so they plugged it in. They discovered that the last time she made any calls or sent text messages was on Saturday. Ashley decides it's time to call the cops. After she calls them, she calls anyone and everyone she can think of to see if anyone has heard from her, but no one had. Police sends an officer out to perform a welfare check, and Ashley decides to begin searching for her friend. Ashley, Ashley's boyfriend, Lauren's ex-boyfriend, and Lauren's neighbor Steven all began searching for her. Looking around inside her apartment as well around the school, they check Lauren's computer and discover that her last activity had been an email from Saturday to her long-distance boyfriend. The email stated that Lauren felt like someone was stalking her and even had tried to break into her house the night before. The next morning, a detective, Scott Chapman, was handed Lauren's missing person case and immediately heads out to her home. When he arrived, he met up with Lauren's friends who were still helping search and talked to them. When he learned that Lauren was actually supposed to be moving out of the exact apartment that weekend, so the next day she was supposed to be moving out.
Mm-hmm.
They go in and they search her apartment, nothing is packed up. So after searching for her house and hearing about her life, Detective Chapman is convinced that Lauren had met foul play. She just had graduated, she had plans of moving out. He doesn't believe that she just got up and ran. Chapman dismissed Lauren's friends to continue searching on their own. While he works the scene with investigators, pretty much saying like, "Thank you for your help, but we got it from here."
Mm-hmm.
As they were searching around the apartment, an odor begins to emerge as the wind picks up outside the apartment. So they search the trash, and the detectives begin searching through the trash can where the smell was coming from. The trash can had two garbage bags. The first one was full of trash. They moved to the second bag that was underneath it, and when they opened it, they were shaken. Inside the bag, wrapped up in black trash bags and dressed only in a pair of jogging shorts, was a woman's torso. So they put up a tent to keep the media out because they didn't want the media seeing that they had found this. It's a crucial piece of evidence, and they were not allowed. They weren't even sure if it was like Lauren's torso or whatever.
Damn.
But like, what were the chances? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They went back into Lauren's house and they sprayed her bathroom with luminol. Which, do you know what that is?
I don't know. What is that?
Okay, so it's like it's a spray can and you spray it on its surface, and
Mm-hmm.
you turn the lights off, and you turn a black light on, and there's like any substance, it glows.
Okay.
So they were stunned to find the whole entire bathtub lit up, and it wasn't just spots; it was from the drain all the way up to 2 inches to the top. So
Jesus.
even when someone uses bleach to clean out blood, it's gonna show up. So that's why they use the aluminum.
Okay.
So after finding out this blood evidence, investigators are almost positive that the torso outside belongs to Lauren. Police round up Lauren's close friends, including the ones who had searched for her the night before. They take all of them to the station in order to get their statements. It's just a normal procedure. While the friends are at the station, a call comes from the local news station tipping them off to the body. They call it the body, not torso.
Mm-hmm.
That's been found in the trash bin outside of Lauren's apartment building. So someone calls the news and they say the police found the body because the police were trying to keep it on the down low, but it's literally reported within hours that the police have found the body. Um, Although police have been doing their best to keep it under wrap, it just somehow got out and immediately had been released to the public. Lauren's father, who had already been on his way, instantly went to the sheriff's station to identify his daughter because how her family found out was like someone said, "Did you guys see the news?" And they were like, "No, we're not. We're from Maryland."
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "They found a body outside of Lauren's apartment and she's missing." So the police didn't even call her family, so that's how her family found out that there was a body, which was actually a torso. The reason why they didn't call her family was because they were still trying to keep everything on the low. Because
Right.
what if someone in her family had done it? They didn't want to release any information about the evidence they had.
Mm-hmm.
So Lauren's father goes down and tries to identify his daughter. Detective Chapman tells him that he won't be able to identify his her daughter. Um, what they found in the trash bin because it's not her head, and so he has to tell her that it wasn't even a full body, so he won't be able to identify her even if he wanted to.
Right.
So as police are taking statements, they learn about Lauren's boyfriend and ex-boyfriend. They look into both men and those who will usually be the first suspects, but they eventually rule them out. They talk to the apartment complex maintenance man, who also happened to be a student in the school, and he tells police that he hasn't seen Lauren out and about for a while around the apartment complex. Next, they interview her neighbor of 3 years, Steven, who had been helping search for her that night.